tutorial.
Santa Claus is up. Oh, well, you're filming me. I'm sorry. Santa Claus is over there. I didn't realize the camera was facing this direction. Hi, everybody. It's Steve. I'm out for a walk. I just did a This Day in History video, and I'm on the back side of the Best Buy and the Best Buy. Can I get through this way? Can I get to the... Where's the bike path? Where did it just... Ooh, church. I'm confused. Does this... Ooh, hello, Max. I will be upon you once again tomorrow. Now, is this... Okay, I don't know where the bike path went. And that is a driveway. That is a dead end. This is a church. And, this is the Home Depot and the Best Buy. My best friend Scott worked at the Best Buy over here for a few years. That was his first job. Oh, those were simpler times. And yeah, I don't know what this is all about. It's just a bunch of stuffs. Anyway, I thought this might lead me to the bike path, but apparently the bike path just ceases. Every now and then the bike path will just stop existing for a brief stretch. Oh, hello. Just out doing a little, I guess you could call it a therapy walk. I mean, I'm already a ways into my walk. And I'm coming to Johnson Creek in Fuller. Aha! Here's where the bike path pops out. And then, I guess, somehow get you through all this crap. Ooh. It goes under. Okay, I see what's happening. I was like, where does it start again? Nah, it just goes under. Ooh, this tunnel already looks sketchy just from the little that I can see of it. So that way is the way to go home. And this way is the way to go if you want to get skinned alive. I kind of like the intricacies of this, how you have this pathway just wedging between the max elevated stretch, freeway off-ramp, the freeway itself. Yeah, it is very... Oh man, somebody had a rage fit on this light. Jeez. Hello. Yeah, somebody had a rage fit on this one, but they were smart enough to put a cover on it. And, whoa, that's... Lord Quinius? I don't know. Oh man, there's the pentagram shows up. You know these people ain't messing around. I don't know if I've ever been through this particular stretch of the bike path. And again, I'm not going too far. I'm just checking out the world. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Whoa, hello, Pidgey. He heard me sing and he was like, nah, I'm out of here. Oh, and then it just kind of does a U formation and then goes back under. Yeah, so my plan, why is it open here? That is just asking for people to set up shop, set up camp. There's a lot of weird stuff. What the heck? There's some interesting, there's a lot of styrofoam up in here. Anyway, what is with the styrofoam? I don't know, man. I don't know about any, and this splits again. Where does this, I'm very confused. Oh, the places in the city you don't see very often. I mean, you ain't seeing this at all. It's fenced off here. Freeways up there. Trains elevated up there. parts of the city you don't see. This almost looks like the path ends, because there's a fence. There's a locked fence up there. Ugh. And then, like, it's fenced off over there. Does the path just end here for a spell? I feel very deceived. Like, why would they make it look so nice? And then just, does it... Oh no, it just wraps around really hard. Okay. Thank you, guy on the skateboard. Nope, not a skateboard. So a grand thank you to that guy, because from my perspective, I just saw the path going into that fence, and I was like, it's nice. These trees, I don't know what type they are, but yeah, these trees grow to be huge. There was one in the parking lot at where I used to live, just massive. I want to almost say these are like more coastal trees that you might find more near. We had a little sign at the base of ours. Looks like such is not the case for this tree. Now they just hammered a no trespassing sign into it. All right, so this just wraps around, dumps me back on Fuller. Okay, well that works. I eventually wanted to get, ooh, this is Oregon Department of Corrections property. Is this like a mini jail? This is like, because there's bars on the windows, and there's the barbed wire around it. Is this like a temporary holding facility? I've never seen one of those before. If that is in fact what it is, I don't know, you tell me. All right, so I know if I keep going up this way, I get to the Flavel stop, and that's where the homeless camps really start building up. But hey, I'm showing you parts of the city you often don't see, unless you know, some of these folks that live down here. But unless you live down here, not a lot of people. This is one. Actually, no, I crossed Johnson Creek, so I think I'm actually back. I'm in Portland right now. Johnson Creek, which was the big intersection when I first hooked off and got onto this path, that was Johnson Creek, and pretty much north of, for the most part, north of Johnson Creek is Portland. So if I'm not in Portland, I'm like only like a block or two out. So you see, I can still get to Portland fairly easily. That's a big can of Bush's baked beans. Looks like somebody opened that up with a rage. There's a Mickey's can. I've been just seeing Mickey's cans all over the city. Like, seriously. Like, getting on the bus one Sunday morning, I found a Mickey's can. Or getting on the Max, which is passing by. It was like 9 a.m. on the Max, and there was just a Mickey's can rolling around on the floor. And I was like, that's when you know you're on public transportation, is when you're finding that stuff nice and early. And they're supposed to be cleaning those trains every night, so something tells me that Mickey's was imbibed sometime between like 4:30 and 9 in the morning. So someone was living it up that particular day. Okay, here's Clatsop Street, so I'm just gonna hook off, go that way, because I'm already getting a lot further from home than I kind of wanted to. So I'm gonna start wrapping around and heading back homeward. Maybe show you some of the sights along 82nd Avenue, where it's still kind of sketchy through here, but not sketchy like it is once you get pretty far north. Such as in my case when I got mugged, because I was walking along 82nd at that time, but that was up around, I think it was 82nd and Siskiyou-ish, something like that. So yeah, it gradually, the further north you go on 82nd, the rougher it gets. But there's still some sights to behold. And this is kind of a weird street. Oh, it's this, like, I know this property was bought by the city, and it's like this huge property, and I know it was bought with the intention of probably demolishing everything. And when I was going to do my documentary about demolishing homes, I didn't realize I lived this close. I don't know. It looks like there might still be somebody there, but the grass is overgrown. There's private property signs, and it's this huge property. Like, you could build something really big here, but also, like, this area is kind of ghetto. Like, I don't really see you getting top dollar. Like, if you try to build apartments here and try to sell them for like $1,500 a month, I don't think anybody's gonna really buy them. Because if you have that kind of money to spend monthly on your rent, you're probably gonna be able to find something a little bit better. And if you did, I mean, if $1,500 is really stretching your limits, you're gonna like, you could probably get something in an equally odd area for like, you know, a couple $100 less. And I am loving the vibes of this place. There's just this trailer park that pops up, but yeah, there's a lot of random stuff out. There was like, it was just the like springs from a bed, and it was like, here's some scrap metal if anybody wants it. There was a house, there was a bunch of like macaroni and beans just sitting on a little table, but it was like outside and away from the house. So I'm like, is this just here for people to take? I don't know. That's interesting. Interesting setup. And there's a lot of these like these type of houses just started popping up all over the Portland area in like the mid 90s. I remember being a little kid and seeing these types of houses getting constructed, and now, you know, they're these, you know, McMansions and these really ugly boxy apartments that there's, you know, or calling them condos or whatever, and trying to sell them for $1 million. But yeah, these very simple ones like this one, very like mid to late 90s Portland area construction, just very simple, no extra frills, no fixins. That was a little sketchy. It was just like two guys. One guy was in a car, one guy pulled up across the street from him in another car, and then he was like looking over the tires. I get the vibe that was probably a recently stolen. Ooh, look at this unit. Look at this absolute unit. Ooh-wee. That is huge. All right. 82nd. Here I am. And I get mugged. No, we're fine. Very tight sidewalk here, though. Why do I get the feeling that this should not quite be legal? I feel like there should be more space. Oh, and then the sidewalk just ends. That's adorable. Of course I would come out on the side of the road where there's no sidewalk. The hell? Yeah, literally. Like, I'm gonna get run over. So I need to get up to this. I need to get up to John, or what is this? Libby Street? I don't know what the hell this is. Oh, O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ow! This is crap. There we go. Crossing the street because life's just getting a little too crazy on that side. And also there's this Drake looking guy. The thing is, I don't even know if he has a beard, but he has his mask on, so it kind of looks like a beard. So he's got like a Drake beard, but it's just his mask. And he's just this Drake looking guy. He passed me before, and then he kind of, about a block away, he turned and started coming back this way. So I don't know, maybe he's killing time, but when someone passes me, and then just a few seconds later, just back there, turns and starts following, or going in my same direction, it's always the possibility that someone's just trying to come around and mess with you. So again, it's not scientific, but more or less, the border of Multnomah County with Clackamas County is Johnson Creek Road, which is this big crossing street up here. So theoretically, in most respects, I would be in Portland now, but once I cross the street up here, I would be in, I guess, Clackamas. Probably, maybe a Happy Valley address, but I would be leaving Multnomah County and going into Clackamas County. Because I'm back in Clackamas County. What is up, Taco Bell? Leaving Portland and entering Clackamas County. Welcome home, Steve. Need roof cleaning? You know I do. Oh no. Oh, I forgot. Oh man, I'm in trouble. There is a Trader Joe's here. That means there is a Trader Joe's within the general vicinity of where I live. That is not good for me or my girlfriend. There's is it MOD or is it just Mod Pizza? Those are popping up all over the place. I think this used to be an Outback Steakhouse. So there's one change in the area. So you can't see it super great, but I don't know. The Best Buy is, no, the Best Buy is over here. Okay. I was like, is the Best Buy gone? I forget how long this stretch is. And I know I mentioned it briefly in my last therapy walk, the prevalence of the Best Buy. Right, yeah, you can kind of see the name sticking out there. The prevalence of that place in my life. My best friend worked there for a while. Family got our first DVD player, our first DVD burner, all of the first DVDs we bought as a family, because we were way behind the rest of the world. We got from that Best Buy. I got my first mini DV camera, which if you don't know about cameras, that might not mean anything to you, but this is the era when your little home cameras still use tapes, and they didn't just have like an in-camera like storage thing, or of course like an SD card or something like that. Back when they still used the little tapes. Yeah. Best Buy, I got that there, and it was just, I almost got a job there. I don't know what happened. Like, my friend was gonna try to get me a job there, and he went and talked to a guy, and that guy came out and talked to me for like 30 seconds, like, yeah, I'll see what we can do, and then just like, it just, nothing ever happened. And I was in that early stage of like needing to get a job, but wanting to like be like, no, I don't want to get a job. And so I, of course, didn't really make an effort to stay in touch, but I'm like, man, my friend was doing real good there. And even his suggestion couldn't get me a job there. And is it Dania Furniture? It's D-A-N-I-A. And it's the building next to it. And I know that used to be was it a Babies? Is it Babes or Babies R Us? I've never paid close enough attention. Another place that I have a long fondness for, and it actually closed down but opened back up, is this little store here called Stuff. Nothing you need, everything you want. And yeah, they're open. Even now, they're open. You see like this little store right there. So many of my earliest DVDs I ever bought, I bought from there. I bought video games there back when I just had a run-of-the-mill Xbox. There was a guy that was in like a film we did in college who like I didn't see for like 10 years, and randomly he was working there. I was like, oh, it's that guy. Like, just very fond memories. And they closed down, but they opened back up. So I cut through the Krispy Kreme parking lot. And I looked out, I see this little kind of gold looking thing. I peered down, and I'm like, it was a bullet shell. It was like the shell casing from a bullet just hanging out in front of the Krispy Kreme. So you know you're in a no stress neighborhood when you're finding bullet shells in front of a donut shop. That's pretty normal, right? Oh, Carl's Jr. Back when I got my first car and I was going to college way down in Oregon City, but gas was cheap and my parents were buying me my gas anyway. If I had like a 2-hour break, I would drive all over the place, and I would sometimes drive all the way back up here just to go to Carl's Jr. I still love Carl's Jr., but period of like the time I was like 18 to like 25, I was just obsessed with Carl's Jr. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever eaten. And yeah, I would drive from Clackamas Community College up Highway 213, briefly get on the freeway, and then exit, and right up the road there'd be an exit to 82nd Avenue, and I just shoot up 82nd Avenue here to Carl's Jr. or the Applebee's. I'm just kidding. I've only been to an Applebee's once in my life, and it was, you know what, it was okay. You know, it wasn't that bad. I gotta say, I know Applebee's gets kind of a crappy reputation. It wasn't bad. It's also an AT&T store. Right, it's in this building, which is good. I have AT&T, and if I have to actually go to a store, it's right up the street. Car toys, better way to go. Ooh, Planet Fitness, the like Walmart of exercise places. Oh, and I'm about to come around the corner by the bus stop that I used to sometimes catch the bus to go north to work. And it's by the Jack in the Box, and there's usually at least one scuzzy person hanging out by the Jack in the Box. Oh no, here's the AT&T store. But whatever, okay, fine. It puts it about 100 feet closer than it would have been otherwise to where I live. This is one of the few spots where I actually do get really nostalgic about the days when I had a car, because the first, like, you know, 2 to 3 years that I had a car, I spent so much time in this area between Clackamas Promenade, the other side of Clackamas Town Center up there, and like Johnson Creek Boulevard that I crossed a while back, where it's pretty much the border of Portland. I would go to, you know, Best Buy, Circuit City, Stuff, all those places. Sometimes just to kill time. Like, you know, there was that sudden freedom of having a car and being able to like get away from your parents, and like if I wanted to just drive somewhere, I could. I would appreciate that a lot more now as a vlogger who would really benefit from having a car. But even if we did have a car right now, having recently moved, the cost of living skyrocketing, not really skyrocketing, but going up, we wouldn't even be able to afford, like we could, but it would probably put us in the red. Like, we don't really have a bunch of extra money for gas, a bunch of extra money for car insurance. It just isn't in the works right now. But yeah, I would hit up all these food places back here, Arby's, sometimes Jack in the Box, mostly Carl's Jr. And I would go to the Warehouse Music in the Promenade, and sometimes go to like Barnes and Noble, because Barnes and Noble is inside Clackamas Town Center, but it used to be across the street, where I think there's like it's a PetSmart or a Petco. It's a pet place. So yeah, I go through this area and I think about when I had a car and that beautiful freedom. All right, I got a little something here for you. So this area that I'm standing right now is somewhat new, because there used to be a Baskin Robbins right here where I'm standing. So obviously this road wasn't here. I think there was like a little entryway here, but through here, this was a Baskin Robbins that was butted up against this building that got torn down. But over here, and it hasn't changed. They haven't done anything with it really. It looks exactly the same. There was a Skipper's here, you know, the joint, and it got demolished, I think, in 2016. And actually one of the first vlog videos I ever did was I came up to this, because you can see the like tile floor is still here, and there was like some pipes sticking up out of the ground that you can see like right there. It's been like kind of paved over, but other than that, this has not changed whatsoever. This looks exactly the same. There maybe is a few less tiles and a few more things covered up, but still there's like just the remaining platform and some of the tile flooring from when it was a Skipper's. The only reason I'm not getting up onto it is I think it's part of this like you know, trailer, sell you a trailer, and there's a couple dudes over there in their vehicles, and I think this is part of their property. So, you know, having had my one brush, not that I would get in trouble. Oh, these trees are delightful, little cherubs. Not that I'm worried about getting in trouble for like trespassing or anything, but just I've learned a new respect for not just hopping onto something if it's likely that It belongs to someone. Even though it's still sitting there, I think. Because they blocked off this whole property was fenced off for a while. And now that it's unfenced, I still think it probably belongs to the people that run this place. Apache Camping Center. And I'm right by the Winco. But I know, well, screw it. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if I can just the last time I was here, they didn't have any bags out, so I literally had to carry everything with me. So if I'm gonna get the stuff that I need, I'm gonna need a bag. I'm also gonna need to find a way to make it across this street. And there's a little area that I cut through my first time passing through town, so I'm right back there. Can I do it? Oh my God, I can do it. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I did it. I did it again. Sometimes you're just lucky. Woo! On to the Winco we go. My Winco fam, they came in clutch. This bag. Of course, start talking about the bag right as somebody's walking by me, but that always happens. Right when I'm getting lit about something random, that's when people show up. But anyway, this bag is an absolute unit. So even though I've got some heavy items in there, I have no worries about whether I'll make it home all right without the bag breaking. Thank you, Winco, for giving me the level of security that I really need in my life right now. Anyway, enough shenanigans. I'm tired, and there's still things for me to do today, so I'm going to finally take my leave of you after another walk through another area that's kind of generally in the realm that I'm currently living in. And again, a lot of places that I know pretty well from the past, and I've just recently been reintroduced to, trying to enjoy these beautiful blossoms as they are already beginning to careen to the ground. I will miss you when you're gone. You're never here long enough. This bag is cutting my leg. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching today, and if you want to help my channel continue to grow, blossom, do things that are great, remember to like, share, subscribe. You can hit my Patreon. That'll really help me out, and I'm always trying to post new stuff there and think of new things to post there for you and your entertainment. Oh man, my hair is really starting to come out of this tail that I gave it. I see it. It's starting to get loose. Good thing I'm almost home, because that would drive me crazy fluttering in my face. But anyway, the link to my Patreon is in the description with this video, as well as the links to my Facebook and Instagram pages closely related to the content that I'm putting together on this here little channel. And all that said, I'm boarding this bus to find her. No. He didn't stop for me. Anyway, until next time, this has been Steve, the Amateur Historian.